Ginger will discuss details about a glaring problem that most people are unaware of and the trending movement to correct and conserve our dark sky. Our dark sky, Ginger, please welcome Ginger, dark sky.
Good evening, everybody. Starlight, star bright. First star I see tonight. I wish I may, I wish I might. Have this wish, I wish tonight. That's a childhood nursery very much. Nursery rhyme I'm sure most of you are familiar with. And it was my childhood reminder to look up into the nighttime sky and contemplate its beauty, mystery, and magic. I was quite sure that a star really could make wishes come true. That was until I didn't get my poem. For millennia, mankind has looked up into the night sky and been inspired. Ancient astronomers created mythological tales of heroes and villains. Artists have painted masterpieces capturing the starry night, and writers have celebrated the nighttime sky in poems and song. Scholars have carefully observed the stars and come up with theories on everything from the beginning of our existence to time travel. And tribes have gazed up at the nighttime sky to see the eternal eyes of ancestors watching them from above. Do you remember the last time you looked up at the sky and experienced the wonder and amazement of the nighttime sky? I'm sure most of you don't, because in our modern day, the nighttime sky has disappeared. 1/3 of the world can no longer see the Milky Way, and that includes 80% of Americans and 60% of Europeans. Most U.S. citizens are lucky if they can even see a handful of stars every night. Our night of dazzling stars has been replaced by sky glow. What is sky glow? Simply put, it is pollution. Think about it as a nighttime orange smog that covers the sky. What is sky glow? It is made up of all of the artificial light combined, and it creates a dome of light that we can no longer see penetrate with our eyes to see the nighttime stars and galaxies. Sky glow started in cities, but now it has grown and incorporates most populated areas. Well, you think this might not be a big problem, light pollution, with all the other problems in the world. It is actually quite a big problem, and new studies are finding out just how dangerous nighttime lights and sky glow are for humans, animals, and the ecosystem. We humans evolved with a 24-hour internal clock called the circadian rhythm, and it regulates our bodies, telling us when we're supposed to sleep and when we're supposed to be alert. When our bodies do not have the natural cycle of light and darkness, our circadian rhythm gets thrown off. It results in poor sleep quality, poor sleep time, impaired functioning, and daytime sleepiness. This disruption of our circadian clock is also linked to depression, insomnia, and cardiovascular disease. Many animals have been affected negatively too. Bugs are now congregating around nighttime lights instead of the reflection on the ponds and rivers, and they are denying meals to aquatic animals. Sea turtle hatchlings, who are supposed to navigate by the reflection off of the ocean, now head towards lights, and they never find their way to the ocean. And migratory birds have their migration has been disrupted. They leave too early or they leave too late due to the nighttime flights. Artificial light is affecting our plants too. Plants no longer are able to see the nighttime versus the daytime, and they bloom when they shouldn't, or they don't go into the winter safety of fall to protect themselves from the coming winter. Scientists have calculated that the world is growing brighter at the rate of 2% a year. Where do you think we'll be in 10 years, 20 years? The actual burning of fossil fuels and wasted energy in the U.S. alone from nighttime lights that we don't need is estimated to be $2.2 billion annually. It impacts our environment with greenhouse emissions and climate change. But finally, there is some good news. There's a growing movement trying to combat the issue of light pollution, and it is called Dark Sky Movement. The International Dark Sky Association has a worldwide mission aimed at minimizing the impact of artificial light. They are advocates for the nighttime sky, and they are trying to educate the public and policymakers about nighttime conservation. So I know you're sitting here asking yourself, what can I do to help? Well, I have a few things that you can do that will help the environment and yourself. Look around your outside of your house and see if there's any lights on that you don't need. If you really don't need them, turn them off. You can also shield lights from throwing light into the sky or put lights on a timer. You can become a scientist citizen where the International Global at Night is asking for citizens to look up into the sky and record data about what they see and enter it into their website. Tell your friends and family about this. It's a very important movement. Most people are not even aware that lights are a problem. Communities can get involved too. And actually, on October 24th, 2001, the city of Flagstaff became the first international dark sky city. There are now about 20 dark sky cities on the list. And the International Dark Sky Association has a map which shows designated dark sky reserves, sanctuaries, and parks. The closest one to us is only 2.5 hours away in the Anza Barango Desert Park. So get in your car and drive into the dark. But before you go, please turn off the porch light and let's take back the dark.
Hi.